Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kobe and this is SkyTech Digital. Now in this video, this is a quick video. I just want to show you guys how you can be able to add a countdown timer and then a clock in your website. So let's say you have a website and then you want to add a countdown timer, and then also you want to add maybe a clock and then a date. Okay, so this video will show you how you can be able to add this countdown timer and then a date and a clock into your website. So let's get into the video. Now, to be able to add a countdown timer and then a clock in your website, now this is WordPress website, and then this is the dashboard over here. So we are in the WordPress dashboard over here. Now first of all, make sure that you have some few plugins installed. So we're gonna install 2 plugins. Okay, so let's go to add plugins over here, and then let's hover on plugins and then click on add new plugin. So we click on add new, then we're going to add 2 plugins. So make sure the first plugin that you want to add is Elementor, because we want to use Elementor to create our pages and other stuff. So make sure that you have Elementor installed, and then we also go for the second one. So this one, as you can see, this is what Elementor website builder, more than just a page builder. Okay, so this is what we are going to install. And then the second one is also make sure that you have this particular plugin also installed. So premium add-ons for Elementor. Okay, make sure that you install this one. So this is the second plugin. So when you type in Elementor over here, you install Elementor first, and then you go to the second one, which is premium add-ons for Elementor. So you install these 2 plugins. Now after installing these 2 plugins, now what we're going to do is we're going to go to premium add-ons for Elementor over here, and then we check the widgets and add-ons side. So the settings of the widgets and add-ons, make sure that all the free widgets are activated. So switch on all the free widgets. So as you can see, make sure that you switch it on. Okay, and then check through all the things that you want to switch on. So everything which is free, make sure that you switch it on. Okay, now we're going to use 2 things. We're going to use the counter over here, okay, this one over here, and then we're also going to use the clock. So we're going to use the clock. So let's see where the clock really is. Basically it's in. Okay, so you can check through and then see, but then make sure that that one is also activated. So I'm going to go through it. So this is the countdown, and then let me see, and this is a counter. Okay, so the countdown is what we are talking about, and this one is what we want to activate. This one over here is what is the clock. So make sure that you activate this one, is switch on, and then also the countdown over here is also switch on. Okay, now that you've set up that one, now go to your page, create the new page, or edit the page that you want to add your your countdown timer and whatever it is. Now I have a page over here that I've already set up. I'm not going to go through the process of setting up this page. So I want to add the the countdown timer over here, and I want to add a clock to over here. Okay, so these are the 2 places that I want to add. Now notice that I'm using the Elementor Flexbox container. Okay, so that is what I'm using, Elementor Flexbox container. So I have a container over here, and then 2 different containers in it. Okay, and that is what I'm going to use. So over here I'm going to just click on the plus icon over here, and then at the widget side I'm going to search for countdown. Okay, so as you can see, this is a countdown. Okay, now from premium add-ons for Elementor. So we're going to just drag it over here. Okay, and as you can see, this is the basic countdown over here. Okay, so you can set it up anyhow you want it, but that is exactly what we want. So we can go ahead and then customize it, change the look and feel of it, and then we are good to go. So you see this one, you can change the style to either inline or blog. Okay, anyhow you want it, but we're going to leave it at the blog. And then the type, instead of the fixed timer, we're gonna say maybe evergreen. Okay, so maybe this one is what is quite okay for us. You're good to go. But if you want a fixed timer, you can also decide to change it. But I'm gonna say evergreen. And then the time zone, you can change the time zone to the local user local time, or WordPress would default, which other way you want it. So if it is the user local time, so whenever the user comes on, it's going to affect this one is going to change to what its local time for the user. But I'm going to leave it as it is. And then the time unit over here. So as you can see, if you look closely, you can see that this one is months, this one is days, this one is what hours, minutes, and then seconds. So which one you want? I want to remove months and then make it day, hours, minutes, and seconds. So now we have only three. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now if you want a flipping effect, you can do so. So let's say you want a flipping effect over here. So this is the flipping effect. Okay, you can do so. Now if you want a digit separator, you can also activate the digit separator. It means that it's going to give you some separators over here. Okay, so as you can see, this is a separator that is what is using over here, but I just want to remove it from it, so that I'm gonna get this this small design over here. Now of course you can align it anyhow you want to align it, depending on you. And then also the time you want it to expire, or the expiring message. Okay, you can put it over here. So if you want it to redirect to a different page, you can do so. If you want it to just say countdown expired, you can also do so. So if you want it to redirect to a different page, you can just use a redirect link and then put in your page over here. Okay, now I just want it to display a message, so I'm going to leave it over there. Now let's and then this one is also a strings translation. So as you can see, if you want to translate it to a different language, you can do so by just putting in those languages over here, and then it will be showing over here. And then let's go to the countdown again. So with the countdown, let me check through and see if I've fixed everything here. So I think everything is okay. Now we can go to style over here and then style the whole countdown. So with the color, I can decide to choose the digit color that I want. So I'm going to make it white. And then also over here, the typography, I can change the typography to any typography that I want. So if I want this one, the Roboto, I can just choose the Roboto. But if I don't want it, I can just choose anything. If I want the size to be bigger size, like let's say 25, I can make it the style that I want it. And then if I want a box shadow over there too, I can increase the box shadow. Now with the background size also, you can either minimize it or increase it the way you want it. Okay, so depending on you. So let's say I want it to be 80, I can choose 80 over here. Now with a border type, if I want a border for it, so I can choose a solid border over here, and then I can decide to say maybe 2. Okay, and then with a color, I can decide to choose any color that I want. So let's say I want a white color, I can choose that. Now with the background color also, I can change the color to any color that I I want. Okay, so let's say I want this color, or let's say I want this particular color over here, so I can choose it. Now if you go to the border type also, you can decide to choose the border color type that you want. So let's say with the background, I'm going to copy this color over here, come over here, and then paste it over here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to just make it a little bit brighter or deeper. Okay, and then I think I'm good to go. Now if you come over here, it says advanced border radius. So if you want a border radius, you can apply it and then give it any border radius that you want. So let's say I want a border radius over here, you can give that kind of border radius to it. Okay, so apply common radius values, get the values from here. So you can click over here to get the values that you want. But I'm gonna just remove this one over here, make it just like this. Now with the unit, you can also change the color of the unit. So instead of the black, you can choose white for it. You can choose any kind of color for it. But I'm going to choose this color over here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to just make it like yeah, so I'm going to make it something like this. Okay, so this one is quite okay for me. So as you can see, you can even give a spacing for it. Okay, so any kind of space that you want for it, if you think it's okay for you, you leave it as it is. Now with the background color also over here, you can give it to any background color that you want. If you don't want it, just leave it as it is. Now expiration message, the color of the message, you can also choose the color. So I'm gonna give it white with a red background. Okay, so I'm gonna go white with red background, and then the border type and then border radius, all those things you can decide to make it. So let's say I'm gonna give a border type of solid, and then the width should be 2. The border color also, I'm gonna give it, let's say, red, and then with the border radius I'm gonna give it like a 50. And then if you want a box shadow for it, padding and all those things, you can do so. But I'm going to leave it as it is. And as you can see, I can just update it. So now if I'm okay with it, that is it. Now over here, we want to add our clock. So you see, we have added our countdown timer over here. Now over here, we want to add our clock. Okay, so we're going to click over here and then search for clock. Now as you can see, when you search for clock, we have testimonial and word clock. Now this is what we want to choose, the word clock. Okay, so the word clock, we drag it into this container over here. Now you can choose any kind of clock that you want. Okay, so it could be digital, it could be anything. So you check the time zone, the current time zone, or you customize the time zone. So I want the current time zone. So as of now, my time is what? It's 1:57 p.m. and then I'm gonna go for layout. You can choose a different layout that you want. So if you want layout 2, you can choose it. If you want layout 1, you can also choose it. It depends on you. If the analog is what you want, you can choose the style also. So if it is an analog, you can choose the style. Style 2, style how do you call it, style 3, anyhow you want it. It changes the clock hand over here. Okay, so I'm just going to go for style 2 and see. So let's say I want style 2, and then I can go even with the analog style 2 over here. And as you can see, this is what I'm going to get. Now you can show clock, you can show clock faces, then you can show clock numbers also. So let's say I want to show the clock numbers. Okay, so this is what I'm going to get. And then you can also show meridian, that is the PM AM. So I'm going to leave, let's say I want to remove it. So as you can see, there is no PM AM. But if let's say I want to show it, it's going to be like this. Now also, if you want to show GMT offset also, you can decide to show it. And then the clock size, you can set all those sizes over here. Now you can go over here and then look for additional settings. Now this is the date format that it comes. Okay, so if you want it to be let's say like this, it's gonna show over there. Okay, now the display and all those things, you can also do all those settings over there, but I'm not going to waste time over there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to increase, design it in a different way so that the words and other stuff will show. Okay, so what I'm going to do is if you want it to be the meridian typography, how do you want it? You can decide to change it and all those stuff. Now the color, you can also decide the unit color. You can also decide to change it. So if the unit color you want it to be black, you can make it make it all black. And then the thickness, the length, and all those things, you can decide to show all those thickness, length, and position to it. Now the rounded size, also you can check it. Now this is what the color. Okay, so this specifically deals with the time unit over here. Okay, so everything you can, the color, the border color, you can do so over here. Now let's go to clock over here. Now you see the clock color. Okay, you can choose the background color. So I'm going to choose the background color as pure white. Okay, so that it's going to be something like this. Okay, now of course you can choose an image for it if you want to. Okay, you can choose an image, maybe your own image or something. You can put it over there, or your company logo or whatever it is. You can put it over there. So let's say I want to just insert an image. I can go ahead and then let's say I want to insert, let's say, this particular image over here, and let's see how it works. And as you can see, it will definitely fit in very well. So because I have the background color to be this particular is full, and then the default size is what position is position. Now let me just make it center, and then make it default. The repeat should be no repeat, and then the display size should be cover. Okay, now as you can see, this is how it looks like. You can be able to display an image in it, and if you're okay, you are good to go. But I don't like the image, so I'm going to remove this particular image from there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give it like a light this kind of like let me come here and see. Yeah, just something like this. Okay, so I'm good over here. Then the clock info also, you can decide to change it, the number. So the date, you can change it to the color, to whatever color that you want. And then the typography, you can check it up. Let's say I want to increase the size to 25. I can just increase the size. So let's say I want to make it like 35. You can make it. So I'm just going to make it like an 18. Okay, which is quite okay for me. You can increase the weight and all those things. I'm not going to waste time over there. Now if you want border radius and all those, if you want a background for it. So let's say you want an orange this color background for it. So you can of course go ahead and paste in the color code over there. Okay, you can also go ahead and then give it a padding and margin and all those kind of stuff. So let's say I want it to have a top padding of 10, a bottom padding of 10, and then a right padding of 20, and then a left padding of 20. So it's gonna be something like this. And then if let's say I want a bottom margin of 50, so I'm gonna have something like this. Okay, but let's say I want a bottom margin of just 20, so it's gonna be something like this. And then you are good to go. So with the border radius, I can make it like a 20 or even like a 10. Okay, just okay. So now this is the PM. Also, you can change the PM to anything that you want, but we want to remove the color of the PM. Okay, so we don't want to show the meridian, so we're going to remove it from it so that it doesn't really show. So as you can see, it doesn't show anymore. Now the clock size also, you can adjust the size of it, so you can make it small, big, whatever way that you want it. Okay, it all depends on you. So let's say I want to make it like a 250. So this is it. So if I want to make it like a 350, this is how it's going to be like. So you can adjust the color the size anyhow you want it. So I'm gonna make it like a 300, and then I think this one is quite okay for me. Now let's go to the style again and see what we can also do again with the style. Now I think everything is quite okay. Let me look at the clock. Oh, I want to go over here. So this is the clock. Okay, so if you want a box shadow for it, you can also what do any kind of box shadow that you want for it. So you can increase the blur to, let's say, 40, and then you can make this one, instead of black, you can make it like any color that you want. So I want to make it like this particular color over here. Yeah, so I'm gonna make it something like this, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reduce the blur to, like, let's say 30. Okay, so guys, this is basically how you can be able to create a clock for yourself. So even with a border type of the clock, you can even choose the type that you want to choose. So let's say I want to choose 5. Okay, and then I want this color, so I can also do same for it. So I can just decide to make it anyhow that I want it. It all depends on what I really do want. Okay, so this is, or if I want to make it all black also, I can make it all black. Okay, so this is how you can be able to just add a clock and all those things to your website using the premium add-ons for Elementor. I hope this video really helps. Now make sure that you update whatever thing that you did, and then you can go ahead and view it at the front end. So guys, as you can see, this is how you can be able to add a countdown timer and a clock to your website. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.